Hi, kids, and welcome to another short video in my series, An Author's Life, Inspiration, and Research. You might notice that I'm not recording this video from my usual spot in my studio above Yucuna Bay on the Oregon coast. Instead, I'm in Maui, in the Hawaiian Islands on vacation, where my husband and I are having a wonderful time. Yesterday, we hiked in the Haleakala volcanic crater, and tomorrow we're going to go ziplining as research for the next book in my Tales by Moonlight series, Bubba and the Gift of Big Thoughts. More on that adventure in a future video. For today, I'm going to return to inspiration and tell you about my beloved dog Mush, who inspired the character Shum in Frankie and the Gift of Fantasy and is the mascot for my publishing company, Whipsmart Books. Mush is quite the character, and he's enlivened and enriched my life for the past 12 years. He was born in 2011, maybe close to the year that you yourself was born. I remember how excited I was driving from California to Oregon to pick him up from the breeder. I didn't know what to expect as I'd never had a puppy before, but I'd read a whole lot of books and thought I was well prepared. Nothing, however, could have prepped me for Mush. He was a complete nightmare of a puppy, and I sometimes look back and wonder how I survived those first several months. His mouthing behavior was so bad that I had to wear thick gardening gloves when handling him, and he chewed up every leash in the house by the time he reached his first birthday. When I finally managed to get him on a leash, he pulled so hard that I often lost my footing, and no amount of training seemed to help. He's a Samoyed, and they were bred to pull sleds. But in the absence of sleds, well, apparently people will have to do. The kicker, though, is that Mush matured into a wonderful dog, a terrific hiking companion, and a skilled communicator. He has dozens of different sounds and behaviors that tell me what he's thinking and feeling, and he has me well trained to hop to and do his bidding. Who's the pet and who's the master? Well, I'm not sure some days, and I suppose it doesn't really matter. It's a symbiotic relationship where we both benefit. Here's a short video of Mush demanding his dinner. How could I have fed the cats before I fed him? I'm such a neglectful mom. Laugh out loud. How did Mush inspire Shum? Well, if you've read Frankie and the Gift of Fantasy, you know that Shum is a goofy earthman that lives with his people on an island called Krogpad. Shum's people live in the present moment and play all day long with no thought of tomorrow. This makes them wonderful companions for Frankie, but it gets them into trouble eventually, as they don't plan for the frightful trilogy storms that sometimes sweep in and carry their children out to sea. Do you see how Shum's people are much like dogs? Dogs, you might have noticed, don't worry about the future either. It's part of what makes them such delightful pets. They drag us out of our worries into the present moment. It's lucky they have humans to think ahead for them, though, to steer them clear of trouble. Did you pick up on the fact that Shum is an anagram of Mush? I bet you did. But what you might not have noticed is that Krogpad is an anagram of Dog Park. That's right. I do a lot of anagramming in my books, fun wordplay to keep my readers engaged. How did Mush become the mascot for Whipsmart Books? Well, that's a no-brainer. His winning Sammy smile got him the job, and the webmaster peppered images of him throughout the Whipsmart Books website. Mush is getting old now, and we're not sure how much longer he'll be with us. However, the mascot won't change because we recently adopted a new Samoyed puppy who looks just like him. Sherpa, that's his name, isn't proving to be a nightmare to raise, though. He's mellow and obedient. He's still a dog at heart, though, and belongs on Krogpad Island, which near me is the dog park near my home, where I take him and my other 3 pups at low tide to romp with the seagulls and sea lions in the ever-present now.